What's up, chat? I have not slept because my body registered that I wanted to fix my sleep schedule tonight by just trying to sleep early, and it said, in fact, you're not going to sleep at all. So I have unwittingly pulled an all-nighter, and I will just vibe until the end of today, and then I will probably sleep easily tonight, and then I'll be all reset. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Today, I want to see get some C++ going. I recently, I mean, I didn't I finished with my OCaml calculator app. I mean, app. It was a command line app. Um, and it was cool, yeah. So now I've done a very simple calculator in Haskell. I've done a slightly more complex calculator in OCaml, and now I want to do something similar in C++, just to kind of see what it's like to work with tagged unions, or well, not work with, but to like create tagged unions and trees in C++, because C++ is currently the language I'm best in, I guess I would say. I'm trying to learn Rust, but I figured that it'd be cool to kind of go and see how it's done in C++ first before I enter the ergonomics land of Rust, so that I really have a good comparison. Because although I want to learn Rust, I still like C++. So yeah, it'd be cool to compare them, and obviously it's good to know multiple languages anyway. Just because I learned Rust doesn't mean I need to abandon C++. Because obviously it's a good skill to have and will continue to be for the foreseeable future. So, um, question is, right, what do I do? Because I can make a calculator again, but I feel like that's a bit boring, a bit uninspired, doing a calculator for the third time. But so I'm wondering what else is there that I can do that utilizes parsing, like AST, and tokenizing. So you got a calculator, you got a programming language. I guess you could do something with that. Um, I don't know. Let's ask Claude. Also, I was looking at KDE applications, and yeah, just nothing really interesting stood out, unfortunately. Um, what are some projects besides a calculator I can program that involve tokenizing and abstract syntax trees? Let's see. Interpreters and evaluators, arithmetic with variables, operator precedence, maybe functions like sin x. Okay, well, so this is what I did in OCaml. I did variables and functions. Mini scripting language, you get a real interpreter, loop environments and scope chains, list interpreter, brainfuck or fourth interpreter, or what? Transpiler, toy compiled to bytecode. The thing is, like, with anything involving languages, I don't know how to do that yet, and I was going to read the book on how to do it. So like that's a whole like project I have. That's a whole project I have saved for Rust. But for C++, I kind of just want to try something fairly simple, but just to see how like specifically how I handle just to specifically see how I handle those data structures in C++. CSS preprocessor. That's kind of cool, I guess. Linter, code formatter, dependency analyzer, type checker. Oh, type checker. A query language, template engine, markdown parser. A template engine would be interesting. Markdown parser. Ooh, story scripting engine. I do. Oh, and a shadow graphics. I do like this idea of DSL stuff. I mean, obviously, like CSS and all that are DSLs, but um, Markdown parser. That's something. Perhaps too simple. Or a query language. Eh. I could do this though, like if while let, right? Let x equals 5, add it to your variables. If you see let. Um, okay, screw it. I'm gonna do a calculator. Because I just can't think of anything that I can really do right now without having to like learn quite a bit. So let's create a new folder. As you can see, we've got CLI calculator in ML, in OCaml more specifically. So we're going to do a CLI calculator CPP. Yep, that is not the command. I need to make directory. Let's cd into this. Oop. And let's envib it up. Yeah. So I could use CMake, I guess. So I guess I'll set up CMake then. I just need to remind myself CMake boilerplate. CMake boilerplate. Or CMake template. Um, where can I see the template? See this. Oh boy. How I'd like if if C++ had a native application manager. Lefticus, what? Isn't this the CVP Weekly guy? Or did he just steal his pick? No, it is. It's Jason Turner. That's crazy. Oh yeah, he made a JSON parser. I guess I could actually make a JSON parser. Um, but that'd be cool, like as a future project, I guess. So screw that. I'm just gonna look for some examples that I have in my own thing. So I guess archive. C calculator, binary CP library, CP, Fibonacci, MISC. What? Um, Backburner. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So I think OpenGL should have a good CMake example. Okay, I think OpenGL should have a good example. It does. So let's open that up in NeoVim. Right. So CMake lists.txt. CMake. Do I have CMake? I don't. Minimum, like the LSP for it. Required. At least for autocomplete. Version 3.10. I thought I did though. No? No keyword completion. Not that it matters, to be fair. Project calc. um, set CMake standard. Yeah, we'll just use latest version of C++ because it is the best version, undeniably. Make sure to copy that to my actual clipboard. What the hell? Um, yep. Include directories, none, sources, set sources. Sir/-minus-pp, and we'll see what else comes up. Add executable, sets runtime output directory. I don't think I need to do that. But yeah, just nope. Just paste that in. All right. Then we'll create our folder, cert, and it's our main. All right, let's get started. So obviously, this would be a CLI application. So we want to use IOStream. I don't have standard print yet, so I just can't use that. Great. We will not include command line arguments for the time being. And let's just do a quick test for our CMake. Make sure everything's working. So I think I just do what CMake build. In fact, I'll duplicate this tab. Close this one. CMake build or CMake dot building for Visual Studio. Don't do that. What MSVC? Stop. What the hell? The hell? Bro, I did not ask for MSVC. What is going on? Can we no. Oh god. Can we not do that? What the hell? That's a cache. Oh my days. That's not good. How do I specify the compiler that CMake uses? Save me, Claude. Configure time. Hell no. Before running CMake list. Least flexible, not recommended. In that case, how do I change the default on my system? What? Strange. I use GCC, but my environment detects MSVC. So I can use Ninja. CMake build with Ninja. I can do that, I guess. But honestly, I don't care. I'm just gonna set it here. Set CMake what? CMake C compiler. Oh, that's my alarm. Okay. This is a time I would have woken up if my body let me fall asleep. So I'm using GTC. Is it MinGW or what? What? Yeah. Well, I guess it sets on me here, isn't it? Yeah, GCC, and then G++ for CXX. So GCC. What the hell? And then for CXX, it's G++. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and delete all this other useless stuff. Guys, this sucks. Okay, all builds. Remove all builds. Yes. In fact, just open it in Explorer so I can just do it by hand. God damn, why does CMake not CMake, why does MSVC produce so much? I got a solution file as well. Blech. Okay, let's just remove all that. Now we're safe and sound. Let's try again. CMake dot. Why is it still building for MSVC? This is not okay. This is a violation. Do I need to like This is actually not good. CMake dot. I added these lines to my CMake lists, and yet CMake dot still uses MSVC. Tragedy, bruv. Just delete these again. Like, I assume it's saved, so why is it doing that? CMake compiler must come before project. Oh, of course. I should have known. So let's do this then. Okay. Try again then. CMake dot. Still does MSVC. What the hell? Even then, CMake catches the quality in first run. Yeah, I know. Nuke the whole build. Okay, so if I just do this then instead. So I should move these because they don't work. And let's instead do this. Okay, that's GNU. Okay, so if I do CMake dot, what the hell? What the hell? Deleting the build folder. Okay. So that makes the build files there. And then if I just call this, it uses, yeah. Okay, I guess. So cd build dot slash calc hello world. That'll do, I guess. Um, right, back to the actual thing. So for a calculator, we want to accept inputs. So let's start with that then. std count, cout, this thing, and then, well, we need a buffer. std string, string view, or string. That'd be string, right? Because I'm reading the buffer. So std string, input, right? Starts empty, and then std cin, input. Gosh darn. Let's try again then. So just cmake build. Great. Cmake dot slash build. Dot even. Okay. Because that's the current folder. And then again, just dot slash calc. 5 plus 5. Hello world. Bosh. So that's cool. Now we need to parse it, or tokenize it, I should say. So we'll create a new script called our tokenizer. Or actually, I'll just do token or CVP. Add our HPP even as a header. And then let's add that and include it in our project. So hash include token. Lovely. And yeah, we take our input and we're going to tokenize it. So tokenize input. And we'll pass that by string view, don't worry. and we'll be storing. So token. Well, we use a list. The hell? We use a list in Haskell and OCaml. Here we'll need to use an array or a vector. Because a vector just makes sense, doesn't it? Wouldn't be too fancy with it. So as standard vector, token, tokens equals boom. And we'll just have to hash and include vector there. Actually, I don't need to because I can include it in the other file. Great, token CBP has HTTP just ceased to exist. We'll create it again. Include vector. Right. And we have a std standard vector token tokenize. Actually, I'm gonna be fancy here. Tokenize. Take a string view of the input and return trailing return type standard vector token. Except actually it'll be an optional. So I'll go like this. Pick your poison. Standard expected TE, right? So error will be a string. Don't have to use it. I could use an enum instead, but I'm not too worried about that for now. I'm more worried about the actual implementation of the tokens and the tree. So then we create our token. So actually, I'm going to open my OCaml project as a reference, rather than try to just call it all from memory. I haven't actually committed in a while. This was 5 days ago, so I haven't coded in 5 days. That's crazy. Getting withdrawal symptoms. Let's go lib tokeniser.ml. Yep. So we have our types with operators and that. But the main thing is this, right? Now the thing is, enums in C++ are not tagged unions. So I need to create my own tagged union for because an algebraic data type contains both a sum type and a product type, but enums are purely sum types and structs are purely product types. So I need a union, I think. So I guess it works like this, right? So you've got a struct tagged union, which I'll actually just do like this. And so yeah, tagged union. Couldn't make it a class, but and we got our tag, right? So this would be an enum. So token type, token tag. Wait, this. I guess this doesn't make sense, does it? Okay, no. I'll create a token, and then I'll give it its own enum class. So enum class tag, and it can be a number, it can be a float. Sorry, an operator. We're not gonna go too crazy just to start with. So I have number, operators, no keywords, no identifiers, parentheses open, parenthesis close, assignment, separator, no. So just those four for now. I cannot have a trailing semicolon. I don't know why C++ doesn't add doesn't add the trailing semicolon, a trailing comma. I think that'd just be a useful feature that would be inconsequential, right? But maybe not. And then we just have a tag, and then the actual data. So float, or in this case double, number, and the operator is an operator. So operator is a keyword. Of course it is. Just do op then. And then by just to keep it consistent, then I'll just do this num op Um, the other ones don't need to hold any data. That should be okay. So I need now define the operator. That's fine. It's just an enum. So enum class operator. And we've got plus, minus, asterisk, slash. That's it for now. Okay. Bosh keywords we're ignoring, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then we can just add some functions here to make this safe. Sorry, there should be a union. I haven't really I've used unions quite a while ago. It's been a while since I've used them, so I do need a refresher. Ugh. Union S and just SS. Okay, that's fine. So union. So you got the tag and you got the union, right? Um, and then it's the functions that make this work. So, or the methods, I guess you would call them. Um, yeah. So how do I do this? I guess I just have a get, right? So template. I could use auto, but I'm gonna be a good boy and not do that. Template type name T. Um, sorry. T. Actually, I'll do trailing return type as a theme here. I lied. I'm not gonna do that. T get, right? T get. Um, I take a tag as input. So tag type. The thing is it's only one thing at a time. So actually, I don't pass in the type. It'll store it internally. That's it. So just get, and there'll be a switch. So switch on tag, right? Case. Well, what have we got? We've got number. So case number. No, don't do that. Return num. Union.num. Case operator. Return union.op. And then parentheses open, parentheses closed. Just nothing. So void in that case. And let's just move this here. For clarity, quote unquote clarity. Okay. This should work, I think. I mean, I have no idea, but so we got this. When we call get, we want to get the value. And we should be able to just access the tag here. So, I'll tell you what, I will actually make this a class. What the hell? To take advantage of public and private. So public, and then private. Come alive at night. Delete that and put it up here. Okay. So tag type. Yep, we'll just return again, switch on tag. Actually, not even, just return tag. So it's a getter, and then this will do a switch for the actual value. Now, issue is, right, you need to know what the tag is when you call get. Like, I think like for this to work, does not for this to work, does it not need to be known at compile time? Change the value, a bit more explicit. Let's just try to CMake this and see what happens. I assume I'll get errors, but yeah, I didn't even include expected case number. Right, number unscoped. Tag.number or tag um like that. Please stop. Union.num. This isn't an instance, is it? No. So union data. Tag by default will just be default behavior. I don't really care, to be honest. So tag number operator, this needs to be data.num and data.mop. Let's see what difference that makes, first of all. Expected semicolon at the end of mem declaration. Data does not name a type. So if I missed it here, yeah. Can I even just do classic like that? Like, is that valid syntax? I can't remember. It is. Conversion from as expected to standard vector. Yeah. So I think I hooked this, right? I did. So let's go back here. Let's just make this auto, and we'll yeah, well, if not tokens, so if it's an error, or like if tokens dot is LSP. Okay, guess not. If tokens dot is error, then C error tokens dot error and return. Else, not even else. Sorry. Maybe tokens. I like this name convention. And otherwise, auto tokens equals maybe tokens dot unwrapped. Yep. So does this compile? Is error. Uh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the function name is, so I'll just use this syntax then. Return type in where? Token HPP, non-void for tokenize. Oh, that's right. Has no member unwrap. Does not. Is it like unpack or something? I legit can't remember. But it doesn't matter. I can just use this instead. And let's just fix this real quick then. Return uh STD standard unexpected. Foo, just for now. This is a little try. A spin. Return statement with no value in function returning int for main. Am I complying with GCC or G++? This is min GW32 right now, which is not what I want. Does min GW make files use 64-bit? Okay. Yeah, grep. I don't have grep, bro. See if this works. Change this folder. The source directory does not appear to contain cmake list.txt. Whoop do you fucking do? So I need to get out of here first then. cd dot. Do this. That's the wrong folder. Okay, I just aborted that. Should be okay. Cmake build please. Failed the C compiler. ABI. Oh well. Is this a mistake then? No, this, yes. How did that happen? It's in 22. Must be wrong. So if I just cmake build, yeah, same things. Oh well. Um, function returning int. All right. Yeah, I'm just a bit slow. Whoopsie daisy. Return one. Let's build again. Built target calc. So if I run dot slash build slash calc, 5 plus 5, foo, because it errors. Great. I'm actually surprised this works. I generally thought this wouldn't work, but here we are. So now we parse. Millions must parse. So here the tokenize function does a match, but C++ doesn't have a match feature yet. Like it doesn't have pattern matching. So I can instead just use a big if statement, which is fine. Oh, so this is recursive, but I don't have recursive stuff going on. Although I could make it so, I guess. Or I could make it procedural. I'll make it procedural. And we got a string, which is a list of chars. We don't need to do any funky conversions in C++. And by list I mean an array of chars. So then we got result.map. That's token map. That's fine. Yep. So boop, boop. Probably need to make a constructor for this, don't I? So the constructor would be tag. No, token tag type, right? And then just set type or set tag to type, and that's with that underscored. So it's clear as input and data. Well, data will depend. Yeah, how do I give it data? By the way, I could like just look this up, but I guess I'm forcing myself to figure it out myself. Like I could create this. I could create constructors for each one, I guess. I'm not really sure how else I can do it. Uh, can I not use templates? Like if I look at the standard standard array, which has a t and a n, right? Size tn. Yeah. So can I just do template type name t? No, not that even. Tag t t t for tag, right? And then t. No. Yes. No. Token. Create. And I'll take. Okay. Well, this will depend. So like if t equals something, then do something. Otherwise, do something else, etc., etc. Um. I can't remember how you do this. So let's consult. Standard array uses a template with size t. I assume enums can be used here as well. If so, can I do the same with functions and also overload functions and overload them based on the t enum value? Please say yes, please say yes, please say yes, please say yes, please say yes. HTTPS. I am on C++ 23. Please don't hide features from me. I mean, I can use if const expert, but I need to have different arguments. Thing is, I want some of the enum values to take different arguments in their function specializations. You can't. Damn. So I need to I need to use a different struct. I do remember this actually. I remember seeing people try to from memory. I remember seeing someone implement a tagged union, but they had to use different structs, which kind of sucks. But like, how do you transform it to a different type? Type name args. What? Uh, Overloading operator thingy. I mean, you could just give it a constructor, but okay. Um, yeah, that's not really a tagged union anymore, is it? Okay. Rather than retry it in the dark, I'm gonna actually look for a tutorial. C++ tagged union. I mean, you don't even necessarily need a tagged union, but if I'm making a tokenizer, enum class tag, struct variant, tag, union value. Yep. This is what I have. Right? So you got union vals, struct tag union. Okay. Like, I'm just wondering how I'd make it type safe. tu.tag equals I, tu.val.nt. So there I've got to, like, I have to explicitly say it. Alternatively, rather than overload it with the templates, I can of course just make manual function thingies. So um, token create, create number, right? And this will take in a double num. We static as well. So static token. Um, yep. So it just creates a token. As I need more functions, I guess. Like there's create, but I need to have like void set number. So double again num, and it'd be tag equals tag number, and data dot num equals num, right? So then here I do token token result, just create it. Say result dot set number, num, just pass it in. Yep, and then return that directly. No, that's void. Sorry, I can't do that. Return result. So there'll be no discard. So the reason that we have to do we can't just have constructors because constructors don't allow you to overload. Like this is overloading because we're just including create and then the thing name here, or set and then again the name there. Bit hacky, but it gets the job done. Oh boy. Let's build. Alright, actually built. So it seems to be okay. So for example here we can do token of an std vector token result, and then result dot push back token create number, just put 42, a classic, and then we'll return result. Yeah, which may make a copy, but I'll worry about that later. So let's do this. All right. But first I also need to see what happens if this does succeed. So for auto um, tokens, so I will do my reference, yeah. For auto token in tokens, um, so there's the get function. Like it can return anything. It might work though. SGD cout. Um, yeah, tokens I'll get maybe. Might as well see if it works or not. No harm in trying. And then we'll just do that. I mean, first of all, does it compile? Class token is no member get. That's right, it's value, isn't it? No matching function call for token.value. T value could introduce template parameter. Exactly. So, whoops. Yeah, so to get the value, can I make it type safe? No, not really. Like I can force the user to specify what the tag is, but that's not the most reliable. Does this if I put a template here, does it need to be known at compile time? Probably does. Yeah, no, it definitely does. So how to do this then? We could do like get number, get operator, right? I guess if I wrap it in an optional, I guess that could work. So it returns nothing if it's not what it expects. Okay, yeah, I'll do that for now. So get number. Okay, so sorry, double get number, no discard. Yeah, this is just returning. Sorry, not double. It's standard optional or double. If type does not equal type, if tag does not equal tag number, um, yeah, then return standard null or nothing. Or is it null opt? I can't remember. Let's just check the specs then. Null opt, yeah. Else return data dot num. I mean, for this, I could just do like this, I guess. But I find this just to be a bit. I don't know why I like that. I just do. All right. So I'm just gonna copy paste and make it the other one, which is operator. So be op. Whoops. Operator. Right. Yeah. If tag is operator, do that. Otherwise, return op. Then delete this. And then in our thing here, we'll be willing to switch it. So switch token.type case token tag number for the first one. Get number. And we're going to do dot unwrap as well, which will panic if it doesn't exist, I think. Can I see the functions? Null up t begin and has value of dot value, that was it. Dot value. Or I can just do this. But operator overloading, not the huge, not the biggest fan, to be honest. Operator. Thing is, operator doesn't have a thingy, but is it enum? Is it? Can you print an enum class? How do I print an enum class via standard cout? Like, does this have a built-in way to do it? Got to overload it. I guess I might as well overload it. Ooh. Oh, actually, yeah, there is dude, static reflection cannot come fast enough, honestly. But I need to use the overloading. That's alright, I guess. Alright, let's make these exhaustive. So token tag parentheses open. Oh my god, parentheses open. Uh, oh yeah. Okay, parentheses open like this. Forget the overloading. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that later. Close here. Just add this as well. So operator like that, and number. Yep. Okay. So this should work, I guess. Let's just build and see what happens. I lied. Oh my days, are you kidding me? It's cast with the student integer, right? I lied. I will overload it. So let's go to this. Here's our operators. We'll create an overload right here. So we have to overload the standard OStream operator, where left must be standard count. Oh, just OStream, okay. So, oh right, because it's for all things. So OStream and our operator op. That means you of course need to include OStream. I think I can get away. Yeah, I think I can get away with not including IOStream. Not that it matters, but whatever. And then just switch. Yeah. So switch op case operator plus return operator. Wait, is that right? No, like this, because it returns itself as well. So yeah. Same thing 4 times, but this one's minus. This one's asterisk. And this one's slash. Do I need a default case? Fallback. I guess it's good practice. Just in case I add like, because I don't think the checking is exhaustive. So set it cast to an int. Um, op, right? Okay. Then just change these. Plus, minus, asterisk, and slash. Okay. That should work. Token type, of course, has to be a function. Cool. Okay, it actually worked. So now just call build 5 plus 5. Terminate calling bad optional access. That's weird. How's it doing that? How is it doing that? Token's length should be 1. So let's just do a test here. Token. That's weird. That's why I should have flushed the buffer. Is flush not a function? Or do I need to pass it as an argument for a cout? Yeah, exactly what I said. What? It's not a function, right? Okay. That's weird. How am I getting bad optional access? Because it's not even calling it twice. It should only be calling it once right here. Strange. Main is called once. Tokenize is called once. It does print number 42. That's fine. Oh, break. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Welcome back to the land of C. No. Okay, don't need this anymore. There we go. So if I were to add more tokens, I don't know. Let's here. Yeah, let's say we're to add some more. So create operator, operator plus, and then another number, 23.9. And let's also add create parenthesis open, create parenthesis close. These have no arguments. Whoops. So I need to just copy this stuff here. Got create number, right? So then create operator. I mean, clearly, like, there's a lot more boilerplate than if you were doing it in a language like OCaml, but yep, I knew this already. Set operator, right? Do I have that? No. Uh, operator operator up. Likewise, set parenthesis open. No things there. Nothing here. Just use the thing. Then same thing for close. Right. So create parent. Can I autocomplete? No, that's fine. This should be operator, not double. Yeah. So just boilerplate, unfortunately. But it's not too bad. And then just copy this. Oops. Change it to close. Actually, just a bit more optimal here. Okay. That should cover everything, right? Get number, get operator. Yeah. So this should work. Unless there's been a typo somewhere. Whoops. How did that even happen? Huh? Oh, it's one thing. Set parentheses open on 977. It's a mistake. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Nice. We got, yeah, number 42, operator plus. Cool, right? There you go. So now you can print it and add to it. So now we just have to actually tokenize. Pretty cool, isn't it? Can I make these any simpler? Not really. Like, if I wrapped my own vector, I could have like result dot push number or something, but whatever. It is just the curse of C++. So, well, this version is C++. Yeah, so let's just parse our input, right? Just to do so, we check. So if, yeah. So if, yeah. So here we have a gigantic if chain, but it's okay. Um, we check these cases first. Yeah, like try to be smart about order here. Actually, I don't even have these. Yeah, no, never mind. I literally only have these single cases. So in that case, I'll use a switch on input 0, the first char. Well, first of all, if input dot length equals 0, then return unexpected empty input. Because otherwise this would be a memory access error. So input 0, we say our cases, it's a char. So if it's an empty list, we end. If it's a space, we just skip. So case boom. That looks a bit weird, but that is correct. Then continue. Just break. Actually, I'll make these ones inline. Because they're inline, I could do this. Let's see. Um, switch does not need a semicolon. Did I use a semicolon somewhere else? No. Okay. So this goes in a for loop. Yeah, it would be a while loop. While, do I need to keep track of index? I guess I can for like parsing errors, catching parsing errors. But whatever. I'll keep it a while anyway. Or I could do for boom boom. Right. What? Will I? I might actually do that. Nah, whatever. Okay, so while. No, I do need to actually. I will. I need it anyway. So size t I is less than input dot size. This is why. I'll do length. Does it even contain length? Do I have a thing? C P P C plus plus CP? So no. Um, okay, standard string view. I'm not using that. For the tune. Size and length are the exact same. Are they actually? Yep. Okay. Well, I'll just use length because it's more explicit, or like more semantic. Although I know people would still prefer to use size, but whatever. I am not people. So, yep, for size TI, we just switch now on I. Of course, I need to initialize this as 0. Yep. Um, break or continue, same difference really. I'll do break because, you might want to do other stuff. So we got break, uh, right? Because if it's ooh, I mean, hopefully break doesn't break the for loop. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite annoying. Space. Let's ignore. Well, no, let's not ignore parentheses. I don't know why we would. If it's this, then we push back token, right? Result dot push back token. Create parentheses open. Pretty chill. I could create a macro actually, but why would I do that? That's it, right? It's kind of weird. I mean, also break. But like, yeah, like here, I do like this whole f map thing, where token map is like, oh right, because the function because it's recursive and it could return unexpected. I had to map over it, and by map I mean map into the container, which was of the result type. Kind of funky. I think yeah, it's just a thing you have to do it in the recursive style, but I'm not doing recursive style, so it's a lot simpler. Yeah, that's actually it. So then just do this again for the open, close even, and then again. This one would be for plus. So create operator with operator plus. Then same for the other operators. So you got minus star for asterisk, and slash divide. Minus, okay. Right, yeah, okay. Asterisk and slash. And is that it? That's it. And then default, it'll check if it's a number. Well, I don't need to make a default branch. I can just do it outside, which I prefer, I think. So if is another break will carry it on. Never mind then. I do need a default branch. If is number, right? Is digit. Is float literal char. Great. Parse num. How does, okay. How do I do it here? When is digit? Right. That's right. So it will say if input I, if is digit, input I, then parse results dot push back token create number parse num is digit sorry, input I. Right, so at this point I will actually just do this auto C for char equals input I, switch on C, it's a char actually, so I won't even do this. I'll just make it explicit, because why not? Right, so then if is digit C, then result that pushback. I'll do something here as well. I'll do double number or double num equals parse num or parse double parse num, right? It's like it's not int, it's a number. So num C, and then just bum, do that. Okay. Else error, invalid token. Return sounded unexpected. What's it called? Invalid token C. Right, that should work. And I need to implement these functions. Is digit and parse num. So is, well, bool is digit, takes a char C. Can I just copy what I already wrote here? Well, I'll use this one, I guess. Oh no, because it can't start with a dot. I guess it can start with a decimal dot. In fact, how do I even parse num? Oh, parse num is not my function. So I need to create it myself. Ah. Or, well, actually, I think there's string to float. So I'll just use that. But anyway, is digit. Return is C more greater or equal to 0, and C is less than or equal to 9, and or C equals, well, no, because I'm not including that. So just do this for now. Like, I'm not going to include the leading dot, like this, like dot 3 for 0.3, although it is valid. Well, although it should be valid in a calculator. I will not include it for now. And then for parse num, I won't do this. I'll do standard stoy stod, right? Nope. Let me get my settings up so I can add this add a shortcut for this. CPP reference, CPP, test, standard what? Standard stod. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but that it opens it in DuckDuckGo, but that's fine. Is that an ad? Or dead ass? CPP, standard stod. Okay, that works. So how does this work then? Like, what's the difference between a double and a long double? I think on this system they're the same, so it should be fine. Okay, so yeah, that should just work actually. And I'll just do this, delete those, I mean, and that should actually just work now. No matching function call in string. So I need to include string. I'd assume the other ones already include it now. Uh, Hmm? String to double. Oh, that's right. No, because I'm pulling it on a char. So I need to kind of parse it until I get to the end of the num. Okay, so we'll do this. That will be a standard string for now. Actually, no need. I'll just wrap it. So yeah, we'll make this parse num from the remaining standard string view. So input dot substring from I, right? And then parse num returns a double, takes in a string view, right? So the first thing it does is it takes a substring. So for int I size t I equals 0, I less than um, is not is digit string I or I is less than, and rather, no, it will not, keep that. And I is less than string.length, I plus plus. Yeah, that's it actually. And then we want to just return a string to double of the string dot substring of 0 to I, where I is the length. So if I have a thing that's like 5, 6, 7 DAP, it will go 0, 1, 2, stop there, and then just return the substring 0, 1, 2, which is 5, 6, 7 in this case. So here, substring starts at I and takes how many? The full thing. I think that should work. I always want to code in the scope. That's right. So be size t I equals 0. Change this to a while loop. And just do this. Yep. This, wrong one, like this. Then just paste. No. Paste. Okay. Should work. Forgot the bracket. No matching function calls to stod basic string view char. It has to take a string. That is annoying. In that case, we'll just create a copy against our will. Same there. Yeah, it's so annoying how the standard library is like that. Fine, then I have to wrap this. I don't know why, because like substring shouldn't even modify the input. So 5 plus 5 gives me token 5, and then it ends early for some reason. I is less than input.length. Strange. It should keep going. I don't see a closing brace issue. But hold on. C++ substring with string view. Oh, because that's to create a. No, actually, that makes sense because it has to create a new object. But even so, like, but it returns an SUD string view substring. But standard stod. Yeah, okay, never mind then. It's fine. It's fine. So, if is digit C, double num equals parse num. Why am I only getting one thing? Is it because it's breaking the loop? Must be. But that's not very good. How do I get it to not break? Besides using continue. I could wrap it in a function, but that's a bit like. Oh well. I'll use continue for now then. So all these breaks. We continue. And Default should just fall through. That should be fine. Huh. I guess not then. So assuming that's not the issue then. What is the issue? Let's print our length here to see if it's what it actually is. It's possible it's just one because I need to use size instead of length or something silly like that. I'd be surprised though. It is one. What the hell? What size then? Also one. Um, what? What am I passing it into tokenize? Tokenize input, which is a string. Oh, because space. No, that's right. I have to use standard get line, I think. Target. Yeah, classic C++ thing, and then that should work now. Plus 5, boom. Yeah, so there you go, we've got our tokens, 5 plus 5. I can do negative 2.3 plus, or like times 23 plus 42, or even divided by 42. Plus 42 over 2. Great. I love runtime errors I can't really decipher. What's wrong here? But I'm really gonna struggle today with tiredness, but whatever. Standard expected. That's weird. 2.3? Okay. So is it fine without the decimal? Yeah. Does not like the decimal point for some reason. Even though string to double should cover it. Did I put it? Is it because it's because I must have. It's probably because I excluded it. It is digit. Yeah. Okay. It should now work. Hasn't saved, or I cleared it. That's why. 23 plus 42 over 2. Yep. Still no. 2.3. Just doesn't like it. I did save, right? It should allow decimal points. Although if I have an unexpected token like 23D, okay, it should tell me that I've an unexpected token. So 23 is 23 and what the hell? Oh, it doesn't advance the. I see what's wrong. If I do D though, does it tell me it doesn't? Okay, whatever. Yeah. I need to advance I. So parse num should return. It does though. Returns a double. I need to return the length as well somehow. Cheaper would be good, I guess. As much as I hate tuples. Yes, good. Let's use a tuple here. So standard tuple, a double, and a size T. Um, yeah. So this and I. Let me just verify that that's actually correct. Standard tuple is a make tuple or what? Oh, not even. I don't actually need this then. And then standard get 0, get 1. Can you not just use like array access syntax now? You do this though, structured bindings. That's pretty cool. How do structured bindings work? And standard tie defines them too. That's kind of freaky. Okay, but at least there's structured bindings, so I can say is it auto? Yeah, I guess I should do const. I luckily forgot to be that I should be using const where I can. So it'll be num and len. Or say I plus equals len minus 1 for that special case. So let's compile. T is not name a type. That should be auto. Uh, 2.3 first of all. That works. 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. 23. 23. All right. Seems sound. Negative 5. Negative 23. Minus 23. That works. So this thing had to be 4 then. Plus 23 minus 42 over 2. All works. Lovely. If I do D, like dead, I get a D. Okay, that's not good. What I want is to get the invalid token error. It's saying it's failing here somehow. D vector token. But I'm returning a string, no? This function tokenize returns a expected thing or that. Very strange. Check main. I mean, yeah. It should just error if it errors. If it's digit, then parse num. Else return invalid token. So why is it instead crashing here with T vector token error equals basic string char? Like, what does that mean? Is it because of like this operation just doesn't work or what? No. Because dude, decoding some C++ errors are just horrendous. How long has it been, by the way? Hour and 40 minutes. Making good progress. Oh, I mean, almost finished with Tokeniser. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna ask Claude. I actually have no idea what this really means. What does this runtime error mean? Yeah, it does look incomplete because it has a closing bracket, closing but nothing else. What's weird is that it's only printing a partial error. That's the strange thing. I don't get more than that. I mean, I'm returning standard unexpected, and this function is expected this or this. It's TE, so the E is the error. So it should be returning a standard string. So this should work fine. Whatever. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like surely this means okay. This looks like this is meant to be saying unexpected. Like if I make this F, so strange. Why is it doing that? U for like unexpected? No? E? What the hell? Is it because it's like a pointer? Okay, let's try wrapping this in a string. So this should error if it's incompatible. No, it says it is compatible. D? Okay, so now it works. Okay, so that's why. It was treating this as a pointer arithmetic, which is a bit funky, but yep, C++. So in that case, I'll make this format just for clarity. Invalid token like this, and then do this instead. Yeah, that no, format a function like this. Okay, very verbose as usual. Include format. Oh, what the hell? Class template argument deduction fail. Oh yeah, my bad. 172. Like why like all of these additional errors are the reason that error messages in C++ are just so difficult. Like this is all I need. The rest of this is just not even relevant. I mean it's relevant, but like I don't need that to deduce the error. It's just spamming me. That should work. And I'll also just make this a separate line. Whoops. It's just be easier to read then. How did I zoom in so much? What the hell? Okay. 5 plus 5. If I do dead, if I do 5D, nice. Okay, looks like our tokenizer is finished, right? Let's test it with the same input I gave it in my examples here. For my OCaml calculator. So if I have 6.9 times whatever, lovely. 6.9 asterisk minus open parentheses 7/3 plus 2. Yep. So that's it. Tokenize is done. Now I just make it loop. Whoops. So let's go to the main, and I'll make this a print as well, a print function. So let's copy this. I'll delete it first, and then create a function. Where do I put it? Probably like underneath class. So yeah, void print tokens takes an std standard vector of tokens by reference, and it contains this. Yeah, actually, it should just work straight up. And I don't need this. Instead, I'll see out an opening brace, I guess. Make it like token-like, or like list-like, I should say. It's a C++ list, so I guess it makes sense to use just brackets like these. I don't know. Does I mean it doesn't matter too much. I'll have a trailing comma because I can't be arsed to detect when it's the last element, and trailing commas are cool anyway. And then just yeah, that should be good. A comma and a new line. What the hell? Can't forget the thingy. Remove this. Terrifying. Yeah. My door is not closed properly. Um, I could also create a separate function for this logic here, but no need. So print tokens, yeah. And then I can just replace it here. Print tokens, tokens. Right? So now if I cmake 5 plus 5, nice. I just need to also indent. So like this should work. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Let me just close my thingy. Okay. So yeah, tokenizer is done. Now I just need to make the main logic tick. So while true, just an infinite loop really. Can I call main recursively actually? That'd be kind of cool. So while true, yeah, just input, and then at the very end. Actually, no. Right, let's see how this works. 5 plus 5, 2 plus 2, 3, 4, K. Yeah, invalid token. Nice. Okay. Changes to continue instead of returning, and then just need to add a quit condition. So if input equals this, then break. Yep. Colon Q. Or because it's, I mean, yeah, because like variables are possible. I'll make it, what's it in, it's colon Q in NeoVim, so that's my excuse. Right. So if I do 5 plus 5, this thing, colon Q, exit. Nice. Good. That works. Works just fine. Yeah, so that's it. My tokenizer is done. I'll just get this on the GitHub. So git, I mean, what's Obsidian? I will, yeah, I wonder how I'm gonna, where I'm gonna put my Git notes. Because it's not really something for my Zettelkasten, is it? Um, anyway, so git init, git ignore. I'm ignoring builds, and that's it, right? Yeah. Git add, git commit, init, initial commit, gh repo create, new repository from scratch, CLI calculator, CPP, KojoBailey, simple command line calculator written in C++, public, yes, readme, no, yes, GNU version 3, yes. Get our link here. Clone, no. Then just for git remotes, add origin, boom, .git. So, yeah, no typos this time. Git pull origin main with these tags. And then git push origin main. Then just go back and open it up. There it is. There's our main, and there's our token. So yeah, pretty cool. Not too hard to use a union, really. It's just making sure it's type safe. That takes some engineering, but otherwise pretty simple, right? It's a tagged union. Now, I I don't think that my implementation is the most space efficient, like as far as data-oriented programming is concerned. Um, but for a very simple implementation, I think it's fine enough. Like I could create a separate vector of tags and then separate those from the thingy, but that's just like a lot of effort. Um, yeah, I'm not writing a C++ compiler for tagged unions here. I could implement tagged unions still, but I don't know if it's really worth my time. If if I was focusing on that kind of data-oriented programming design, I would do it in like a Zig or something because that language is more equipped for it. Yeah, so there's a tokenizer. The Next task would be the AST, and then the evaluator should be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to end it there for today, or at least for now. I'm quite tired, so I don't feel like continuing it just a second, because the tree will not be the easiest thing to implement, really, because like of how I'm coming from recursion to different, well, to a different method. Um, yeah, whatever. Yep. So thanks for watching. If you watched, subscribe for more stuff. I will be continuing this project in C++. And then once I finish that, which shouldn't take long really, I will finally get to Rust and start learning how to make my own programming language. So not just a compiler. We're going to make a proper language, and I very much look forward to that. I think that'll be very fun. But until then, ta again, subscribe, etc., etc. So I press it, dude. I keep missing the stop recording button.